A shock. That's what an Olympic caliber wrestler and local coach says about the International Olympic Committee's decision to drop wrestling from the 2020 Games.
It's a sport with roots back to ancient Greece. And now the question is whether the Olympic snub will affect the future of high school and college wrestling.
And this is a good move.
When Olympic wrestlers took the mat at last summer's games, few could have anticipated the Olympic sport might be nearing its end.
Right away, my mind jumped to, man, it's one of the oldest sports. It's like the grandfather of Olympic sports. How could they do that?
To Tim Hartung, a wrestler at the U who went on to become an alternate at the 2004 Olympic Games.
Now that dream is taken away.
The decision to drop the sport from the 2020 Olympic Games feels like the ultimate takedown.
When I was a young kid growing up and connected with the sport of wrestling, instantly you go to the heroes of our sport, which is always the Olympic champions, the Olympians, the people that have competed at that top level.
Now the head wrestling coach at Wayzata High School, Hartung, says the often misunderstood sport is already an underdog in an arena with other athletics. It's something Wayzata senior Weston Drogomiller has noticed too.
My whole life I've kind of just known, like, you know, you go to a football game, I mean, they're packed, and then you go to a wrestling match, you got like family, and that's it.
Drogomiller isn't shooting for the Olympic stage, but the five-time state qualifier comes from a long line of wrestlers and still sees a future in the sport, perhaps more in line with the likes of his coaching father and grandfather.
Looking to wrestle at Mankato, and that's where my grandpa wrestled, so looking to kind of follow in his footsteps a little bit and maybe eventually coach.
Well, it's hard to follow. They've made it difficult.
What impact the Olympic decision might have on future participation in high school and collegiate wrestling,
for Olympic,
Tim Hartung isn't sure, but he feels like an opportunity has been taken away from a sport he believes has much to teach.
Regardless of their athleticism, their size, it kind of caters to that. Anyone can participate and work on the characters of life that it teaches. So I just hope that doesn't happen.
According to the Associated Press, the International Olympic Committee made the decision to drop wrestling after reviewing criteria like television ratings, ticket sales, and global participation and popularity.